Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be covering the 12 most expensive half dollars in American history. And there's a fun variety of different coins that we're going to be going over, lots of different designs, most importantly a lot of background information and history being provided about why exactly these coins are rare, not just this is the price and this is, what the date of the coin. We're instead going to be taking a look at some details as to why coin is so expensive. Coming in at number 12 is the only Walking Liberty half dollar on this list, and that is the 1919D Walking Liberty half with a whopping price of $270,250. This coin has a lot of eye appeal and a lot of luster, original looking coin. It was graded MS66 by PCGS, and the coin is not very rare itself. That's what's interesting about it. There's over 1 million of them made, but the coin itself is so well struck and is the finest known in this mint and date combination, meaning that no coin has graded as, similar to this. And that's what gave it its price. Somebody paid that in 2004, so it was a while ago, and I'd be interested to see what it sells for when it next comes to auction. The 1855 S Liberty seated half dollar, it comes in at number 11 on this list with a price of $276,000 paid for it, and its grade is proof 65. Now the interesting thing is that San Francisco, which you can see the mint mark right here, did not make branch mint proofs very often. In fact, only 3 of them were made at the San Francisco Mint. It was supposed to be mostly taken care of at Philadelphia. And what happened is that there was over polishing of the die, which also led to the removal of some of the clothing under the Liberty figure's arm, and that made it extra rare, so that's why it makes our list coming in at number 11. A little bit of an increase in price for number 10, which is the 1801 draped bust half dollar, and this is a very, very old coin, but it still has a grade of MS64, meaning that's been preserved excellently over those 200 plus years, and the toning is impeccable. It's a really beautiful coin, and I think the toning adds a lot to this. So I'm a blast white person as opposed to tone coins, but this one has tone remarkably, but it's not an error. It's not super rare other than being so old and being in a great condition. Number 9, however, is a bit of an error. The 1817/4 capped bust half dollar sold for $356,500 in 2009, and this only has a grade of about uncirculated AU 50, so that's significantly lower for most of the coins that we've been seeing. But the coin was originally an 1814 coin. It hadn't been released, and they removed the 14, or removed part of it. As you can see, there's still an outline of the 4, and they put a 7 over it. But there are only 8 known examples of this die variety, and its relative good condition made it command the price that it does. Number 8 is the 1839 O capped bust half dollar, and this is another proof coin from a branch mint. It's from the New Orleans Mint, except the O is on the front of the coin, and it came in at $373,750 with a grade of proof 65. And the mintage on this coin, being proof from the O Mint, is under 30, but there are only 3 that are in this grade, so they were pretty preserved. There's only a little less than 30 of these made, but 3 of them are still at proof 65. Still spectacular coins, and this one's pretty attractive, so that's why it commanded the price that it did. At number 7, we have one of the oldest coins in our list today, the 1795 2-leaf flowing hair half dollar, and this is just a really old coin that is in great condition, MS65, and is the first coin on our list to break the $400,000 mark at $411,250. Now, this was the second year that the mint was making half dollars, and there were lots of different die varieties because these were made by hand at the time, but this is the only mint state, meaning it's not circulated, example that exists of this specific variety of this coin, and that's why it gets its value. At number 6, we have what I think is the lowest condition coin, but it is the highest so far in terms of the price, coming in at over $500,000. The 1853 O seated Liberty half dollar, and the reason that it's so valuable, despite being in a grade of very fine 35, which is still pretty good, but it's nothing close to what we've been seeing, is that they omitted the arrows in the date at 1853, and they also neglected to have sun rays above this eagle on the reverse. So there were only 4 of these that were made, and I think that this is one of the finest that remain, but that's why the coin is so rare. Only 4 of this era were made, and it's still a decently good looking coin. At number 5, we've got a 1796 draped bust. So that's after the flowing hair now. 15 stars, $50, and it's a great coin, MS66. One of the things I love about it is that it has 1/2 instead of 50 cents. Now the price is $587,500, so it's more than the last one by about $70K. And this one is from the Pogue collection. So the Pogue, a very famous collector and has a lot of great looking coins, but the mintage was below 4,000, and it's one of the only coins that has been preserved to this degree. Here's some pretty neat history on the 1838 O cap bust $50, which comes in at number 4 on our list, and that is that this is the oldest coin that was made as a proof from a branch mint, so New Orleans, and a branch mint is a non-Philadelphia mint. This is a great preserved coin. Under 20 of these were made, according to the researchers that have looked into it, and that's why it commanded the over $750,000 price. Still a lot of money to pay, but again, it's the oldest branch mint proof. Number 3, we have the 1794 flowing hair $50, and it has, I think, the same price, at $763,750, coming in at a grade of PCGS MS64. Great coin. It doesn't have a half below the eagle here, but there were very few of them made, and that's pretty much why this coin is so valued. Great condition, but not an error or anything like that. At number 2, we have the 1796 draped bust, 16 stars, $50, and again, there was a very low mintage on the 1796 coinage. Still has that 1/2 below the bird on the back, and I really like that about this, but with such a low mintage, it's rare that you have something that gets about MS66 in terms of its grade by PCGS, and that's what it makes sense that this coin sold for $822,500 in an auction early in 2015. Lastly, the most valuable $50 in United States history is the 1797 drape bust $50, which is the only million plus $50 in existence at $1,527,500 with a grade of MS66. Now, this coin is pretty in terms of its die breaks on the back. It also has very sharp features in the eagle, and the coin is not one in terms of the date, 1797. Most of the eagles have a lot softer details, so that's one of the reasons. And then also it's just remarkable overall. The front is gorgeous, has a nice crack of the die on the probably about the 738 marker, and that's what makes it worthy of being the crowning jewel of American $50, also in that Brent Pogue collection of U.S. $50. So I hope that you enjoyed learning some of the backstory behind things. I was surprised, 1919D Walking Liberty $50 being more valuable. Some of the more rare ones in good condition is interesting, but we'll see where the auction market goes in the future as things begin to unfold. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in contact with me on my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, Facebook, TreasureTown, or my website, TreasureTownYT.com. And I love receiving packages from you guys. I'll unbox them in a video once I get enough, and my address for that is TreasureTown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut, 06836. So I'll see you on some of my other videos.